Hello, welcome everyone in our Egyptian family. There was a great question which I feel we need to really discuss in this video. It will take a whole video. And the question actually was if there is a possibility that some Egyptian men will pay a trip for you to Egypt. Meaning, mostly if you are, for example, dating Egyptian guy online, let's say Facebook, any dating app, doesn't really matter where. So after some time he will first tell you, hey, what about if you come to Egypt, we can meet, I can show you around and such stuff. And maybe he can offer you even, he will pay for it. Pay for your flight, the whole stay in Egypt and simply everything. So in this point I would really love to stop for a while and discuss it and think about it. Because as you know, probably you read it in my book and probably I even discuss it in some of my previous videos. I always say that Egyptian men are real men and they should pay and provide everything for the woman. Well, yes, it's still true, I didn't change my opinion, but I actually never understand how my words can be misunderstood. Which when I thought about it, it can be really dangerous for some of your girls if you really misunderstand me in this point. So that's why I want to open this topic again. Before we start, please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you like to speak about Egyptian men, because the following whole year we will speak only about this topic and about Egyptian love and relationship and so on. For the first time of my life, I know who I am. My heart belongs to no one but Egypt. It's because of their poetry of life and freedom. Well, about the point of paying. If you are already in Egypt and you meet some guy and then you let him pay, for example, for dinner, simply you have place your own to stay. Then we speak about that you don't come to Egypt alone. I always recommend to a woman who never was in Egypt before, always come here with someone. Come here with your family, with your brother. If you have brother, it's really the most amazing option that you come here with your brother. But if you don't have, never mind, you can take even a sister, even a friend, even a colleague, simply someone, but don't come here alone. Why? Good question. Let me tell you this way. Do you think that Egyptian women are allowed to travel alone? Even around Egypt, do you think when they are young, the family will let them, the family will not be afraid about them, and especially the brothers will let them go alone somewhere? In Egypt, the woman has always someone to protect them, okay? Mostly it's some man or some old woman, they can be as well. But they are never alone and they know very well why it's so. Because the Egyptian man, the Egyptian family know how the Egyptian man can mistreat the woman, even the Egyptian one. So do not underestimate it and do not think like because you are foreigner, you are different, we are more clever and so on. Most of us foreigners think like, okay, Egyptian women are not able to do this, so I can do it. But well, no, wait for a while. We have to learn from the Egyptian women as well in this point. If they are afraid from something or they are protecting themselves from something, probably there is a reason, there is a point, and we should do the same. So this is the number one fact, never come to Egypt alone. Okay, I know, maybe from my story that I did it, I came to Egypt alone, well, that's true, but let me be honest with you, many times I regret it. There was such a hard time for me in Egypt that I wish that the first time I came here, I didn't come here alone. But okay, I passed it, I overcome it, everything fine, but I'm honest with you, right? If I could change the past, I will come with someone definitely. And it's not about that something like very bad happened to me here, no, not in fact. I was always able to protect myself somehow. But it will be much easier if I had someone here, someone with same mentality, we could support each other. Well, so if you come here with someone and then you meet your Egyptian man, your love, or the guy you are chatting with, take a time to get to know him. It's very nice that you are, for example, calling and chatting online even for a long time, whatever, but you will never know the person till you meet him face to face. You have to see how he speaks to you, how he interacts with you, then his true character will show up, because I can tell you from my own experience, the online texting is sometimes so misleading and so different from the real life. I experienced it many times in my life. It's not just about men now, it can be even about women. That if I was writing with someone online and we understood each other perfectly, then we met in real life, we found out that we cannot even handle each other. It can happen. And opposite, I had people who I hated to write online with, but when I met them, I absolutely loved them. So it's really misleading in our world so much. So always meet the person first and take time to know him. Now about paying. So in this time, if you for example meet him and he offer you, he will pay for this, he will invite you somewhere, okay, accept it. That's not a single problem. But if you never ever saw him and it's your first time to come to Egypt and he invites you and he even invites you to stay with him, with his family, this is absolutely normal here in Egypt, okay? This is our traditions like that. And he offers you that he will get you to Egypt, that he will pay for the ticket here. Don't do it. Refuse it. Why? Because in the moment he will pay for everything. Let me tell you how Egyptians think. He will think he kind of own you. Meaning if he pay for you, he will think he can do everything with you on his mind. And now imagine you accept this offer. He will pay for everything, he will come here to Egypt. He is the only person who you know in Egypt, you don't know anyone else. You stay with him or his family and something will happen. And it can happen, trust me. It happened millions of times. And I have tons of women in this situation who wrote me about help when it was too late and there was no help at all. Or no advice to give. It was simply done. She screwed up her life, she screwed up everything. It can start about a simple misunderstanding, as I just mentioned. You will stay with him and you will find out maybe in the very first day that you don't understand each other. And what after? Where you will go if you don't know anyone here? Who will help you, you know? This is a start. It can go worse. It can go that the man will tell you, give me your passport or money to keep it safe. And we are in the game. Once you give someone your passport out of your hand, you are not free anymore. You will stuck, you will kind of prison. And it happened. I had one woman who actually came here to Alexandria, and it happened with her. She had her love, she came from Canada. She was a very rich woman when she came here. And he told her, give me your passport, give me your mobile, give me your money. Out of love, I will take care of you, I will protect it, that no one will steal it or it will not get lost. And it was a big, huge love. And suddenly he started to treat her very bad. He locked her in the home. He didn't allow her to go anywhere. Started to slowly punch her at the end. And when things get really worse, she couldn't get out because she didn't have the money needed to the passport. You know? And worse, because she even didn't have the mobile, she couldn't call even the police. This girl at the end managed to run away because she was so very clever. But not all women are lucky like this. There are some women who can be stuck in the houses of Egyptian men for years. And that happened. Years and no one knew about it. Okay? So don't do this. Don't accept your first time that he pay for flight and stay and he will take care of everything. No. The first time, keep your independence in everything possibly you can. Save your money. Even take years. Just wait, save your money. If he really loves you, he will wait for you. That's not a problem with Egyptian men. So save your money on this trip and come here with someone and keep your independence a little bit at the start. Then if you possibly marry a man, Egyptian man, yes, then okay. If you're married, don't pay for anything. He will provide you everything. That's the basic rule. Alright? I hope now I told it clearly and there will be no future misunderstanding. One more point. Think about paying. I'm just giving you now advices, who should pay, how you should pay and so on. But one thing I really don't like, if any woman asks the man directly, hey, you should pay for this. And I think the Egyptian men don't like it as well. They don't like when the girl is so pushy and she commands them to pay for something. No, don't do this, girl. Really, don't ask him to pay for your flight. Don't ask him to pay for the hotel. No, it's kind of impolite. The Egyptian men, by themselves, by their nature, by their behavior or character, they know very well what's their rules and they know very well what they should do. And that's the point when you will know if he is good or bad, how he will treat you. If he treats you like a princess, fine. If he treats you like a rubbish and stealing money from you, fine. So don't try to kind of teach them, don't try to be pushy on them, no. In this point exactly you will know how he is and his true character. So never ask, wait till he offered by himself. Okay, and the last point, because this question was actually made by a woman who was possibly dating a married man. She's dating a married man and she wants him to pay for the flight ticket. One question, why do you date married men? I don't understand this point. I always have the feeling for the first wives. I know that in Egypt and Islam allow polygamy for sure. I'm 100% in, it can happen. Why, if some married man flirting you, why do you respond to it? In Egypt you have so much unmarried men. I was actually searching for the statistic recently, and to my shock I found out that in Egypt is more single men than women, which I was really surprised from it. But really, why do you do it? I don't understand it. Maybe you can explain me. But I really just want to know, if you think about the first wife, how she could possibly feel. And it doesn't matter if the first wife actually is foreigner or Egyptian. It doesn't really matter. It's about the fact that you are dating married men. Well, this is a question for you, if you can answer me. But from my side, even I am a person who can understand, I believe almost everything. I can discuss every situation with you, what's happening with everyone. I can be tolerant to everything. But this point of dating a married man, I don't like, and I will not be with you in this so much. I can listen in for sure. But if you ask me for advice or how to help you with married Egyptian men, I will never do this. I cannot betray my own opinions in this, or better say, I wanna stay away from this topic because it's really too hard. Alright, because I saw many women who was in this situation, who was afraid about the husband, that they will lose him or like that, and the pain, I cannot bear the pain of the woman really. That's why I wanna stay away from married Egyptian men. Anyway, if you wanna learn more about Egyptian character, men and so on, definitely check out our new online course about this topic, where we discuss everything into details and we give you brainstorming for hours about Egyptian men, and I'm sure you will definitely love it. So thank you for listening, waiting on your new question, and see you next time.